Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
What's your name?
I'm Evans Rayola.
Okay, so today we are asking Kenyans, which ones do you think are the best African countries to visit? You can name for us three.
I'd start with my own country, Kenya. Kenya is amazing. We have the big five animals. Actually, Kenya is the only country in the world, sorry, that has a national park in its capital. Yeah, it's the nature capital, so you can imagine what our country has to offer. So if you're planning to visit Africa, of course, start with Kenya, Nairobi. Yeah.
Give us two more.
I'd say Namibia. Namibia is a very beautiful country. I've seen this desert in Namibia. They have nice hotels. Namibia has a lot to offer, even wildlife. So I'd vote for Namibia as number 2, and then South Africa, number 3, Table Mountain. South Africa is so beautiful. You cannot be in Africa and you've not visited those 3 countries. So Kenya, Namibia, South Africa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
What's your name?
I go by the name Peter.
Okay, so today we are asking Kenyans, which ones do you think are the best African countries to visit for tourists and why? You can name for us 3.
First of all, Kenya. Kenya has the best wildlife sceneries. You can go visit, explore and enjoy. The second one, Tanzania, because they are our neighboring countries, and I don't know if Serengeti is the one, but yeah, Tanzania is the second. The third one, I may think of Congo.
Congo. Why?
I think Congo has the chimpanzees, the only country in Africa with chimpanzees. So make sure if you go visit Congo, but first of all, make sure you come to Kenya. Yep.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
What's your name?
Kalunda Kasalu.
Okay, so today we're asking Kenyans to name for us 3 best holiday destinations in Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can name for us 3 countries.
I'll say Egypt, Seychelles, okay, and maybe Zanzibar.
Okay, Zanzibar.
Yeah.
Okay, can you name for us, maybe give us reason why?
Okay, first of all, Seychelles, I love the way it's a small country. It's very unique in its own way, and also nindogo, like at least maybe I don't know. You can in Akanika you can visit all of it in just like a few days. If alafu may have a lot of adventure. Now in Egypt, it's unique by the way. Their dress, their culture, aiko places mingi. So if you love exploring culture, Egypt is the best place. Now in Zanzibar, okay, hakuna kukaziwa. Everything is just iko tu wewe fanya kenye unataka, unaona? Yeah, so
you love the freedom in Zanzibar.
Yeah, I love the freedom, exactly. Yeah.
And what else would you like to see in Zanzibar? Mama, to experience.
I would love to experience that place where they dive in water. Yeah, I'm not a very good swimmer though, but naweza penda ku explore too.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time. We appreciate.
Okay, anytime.
Hi, how are you?
I'm cool.
What's your name?
I'm Makonnen.
Okay, so today we're asking Kenyans to name for us 3 African countries that are good for tourists to visit and why.
3 African countries. I think Kenya is one of them because of the sand beaches at the coast. We have also which country? Country we have Tanzania is also good. We have the Serengeti whichever. We also have where Egypt, the pyramid, and so on and so forth.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
What's your name?
My name is Abdi, and I go by the name Basketball on YouTube. I'm a content creator. So, and I'm very happy to be here with you.
Okay, so today we are asking Kenyans to name 3 best holiday destinations in Africa. You can name for us 3 countries.
I think Kenya number 1 because we have Mombasa and Malindi and Watamu and those other areas. I think Kenya number 1, and number 2 is South Africa. Number 3 I can say Seychelles or Ghana.
Is there a reason why you mentioned Seychelles and Ghana?
Yeah, because Seychelles is also like best tourist destination because so many people go there. Also Ghana, for the last like 5 years. They have received so many tourists from outside the country, especially people who are going, like Black Americans. They are going to Ghana. So me, I can say number 1 Kenya, number 2 South Africa, number 3, Ghana and Seychelles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm fine, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Eugene from Kenya.
Eugene from Kenya, that's your YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's my YouTube channel name. Yes.
Okay, so today we are asking Kenyans to name for us 3 best African countries with the best tourist destination.
3 African countries with the best tourist destination. As always, I'll choose my country, Kenya. One is that generally Africans, we are so hospitable, and when you come to Africa, you'll be welcomed. So we have different places like Masai Mara, we have like places like we have different tourist destinations that when you come to Africa, you will enjoy. Yes. So another tourist place that I might also consider is South Africa. Yeah, there's this tourist destination called, I don't know the exact name, something like Maponga. Yeah, it's so beautiful. I happened to see it in one of the documentaries, and I just love it. Another tourist destination in Africa I could choose is maybe Tanzania. Yeah, Tanzania, because I like how how it's unique generally, and how people are so hospitable, because in history they say that Tanzania is a place which was called the Arbor of Peace, and we as visitors, or if I could have been a visitor, of course I'll be a visitor if I've gone to Tanzania, because my country is Kenya. So when I go to Tanzania, I believe that I'll find peace, and that makes me choose it as a tourist destination, because every visitor wants to go where they are welcomed. Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Evans, and I'm from Kenya.
So today you're asking Kenyans which are the best African countries to visit for tourists and why. You can name for us 3.
So for an African visiting an African countries, I'd say all African countries. And if for an African living in Africa, but for an African diaspora visiting Africa, I'd love to name a number of countries, because some countries in Africa have a high hostile index. Countries like in West Africa, I'm not against West Africa. There are coups everywhere in West Africa. So you don't want to go to West Africa and then you open your window the next day, you see bomb and people rioting. So West Africa is not a country I would advise. So first of all, I'd advise for countries like Cape Town. Not Cape Town ain't a country. A town like Cape Town in South Africa. Because the reason why I'd advocate for Cape Town is one beautiful country in Africa, because Cape Town is the only country in Africa. South Africa is the only country in Africa that has penguins, We only find penguins in the Arctic and the Antarctic, but we have South African penguins. This makes South Africa an outstanding country. Also, we have the Table Mountains. Table Mountains can only be found in South Africa. Even if you go underwater, you will not find it. You'll only find it in Cape Town. Cape Town also is one country which is very, very unique. It combines 2 oceans. Yeah, South Africa at Cape Town. I'm confusing Cape Town and South Africa. South Africa combines 2 oceans. It combines the Atlantic and it combines the Indian Ocean. So, in Cape Town, you'll find the Atlantic Ocean, but when you go to Durban in South Africa, you'll find the Indian Ocean. The Indian waters, the waters of the Indian Ocean are always warmer, but the waters of the Atlantic Oceans are always colder, and also the salt content is differing. So that is one thing about South Africa. And then if we leave that part, where else will we go? Egypt. Egypt has a very long history, because you can't name Africa without mentioning Egypt. Egypt is an ancient country which holds great African history, because the first form of writing was found in Egypt. Like instead of going to Burj Khalifa, I would go to where where handwritings were invented, where reading was invented. It was invented in Egypt.
the system of writing there was called hieroglyphics, and I would love to see that. I would also love to see the pyramids. It takes a lot of arithmetic knowledge to construct those pyramids. These people didn't have the technology we have today, but they were able to build such things. Even right now, we are still mesmerized by how they build those things. We have the Sphinx. We have the tomb of Tutankhamun. Is it Tutankhamun? Is the last pharaoh whose mummies were found. The other pharaohs, we didn't find their mummies, but archaeologists find the mummy of Tutankhamun. Yeah. Also, that is Egypt. Another country I would advise someone to go would be Ghana. Yeah, Ghana. I'll say Ghana because Ghana holds a very rich African history, but it's a sad history. Ghana, we have the Elmina Castle, and also we have the Cape Coast Castle. These places were places where our forefathers were being enslaved, where they were being mistreated by the white people, and they were sold to the Americas. This is why we have racial discrimination in America. At least you should visit somewhere that tells you the origin of something, how it started. You'll see and you'll feel the emotional pain. I'm told that if you get into that castle, you can cry. You get here and you just hear imaginary screaming and the everything. So Ghana is for me, South Africa is for me, and Egypt is for me. I've left Kenya, but those are my top 3. Kenya is also a good one. Kenya would fall for number 4. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
And in terms of security, which ones would you say are the most secure African countries for foreigners?
Okay, let me talk from a perspective of a Kenyan. Our country is quite peaceful. Actually, it's very peaceful. There's not been any issues with our tourists who come to visit our country. We are not as, let me say we are not 100% safe, but your safety is guaranteed in Kenya. For South Africa, at times it's a little bit chaotic with xenophobic fights here and there, but it's a nice country. For Namibia, I'm not sure of Namibia's safety. I cannot lie before the camera, but yeah, those 3 countries are the best in Africa.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time. We appreciate.
You're welcome.
And when you look at all the African countries, would you say they're the most peaceful, safest African countries to visit?
The most safest African country to visit, it will be Tanzania. Yeah.
Why?
Tanzania is, as I just said, Tanzania is a place called a bar of peace. So where there is peace, there is no political instability. You know, I could say my country Kenya, but the best country which is I can consider safest is Tanzania. So any visitor who wants to come to Africa, they could consider coming to Tanzania. Yes. Also, they could consider coming to my country. But if we add a merit of choosing the safest place, I could recommend you to go to Tanzania. Yes.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time.